Ladies and gentlemen, it's September 6th, 2020. I'm going to try to do a comprehensive tour of the Norwichtown area in Norwich, Connecticut. Starting right off here is a outdoor pizza restaurant called Brick and Basil. It's directly in front of us. Knowledgetown's kind of a large area, and I'm going to try to cover all of it, whether that's possible or not. I mean, anything is possible, but this could be a massive endeavor here. But anyways, let's go. There's the former Yannick River Inn. Really, really well-known restaurant. I don't see a sign there right now that it's still the Yannick River Inn, but that's where it was. There's a little mini mall in front of us, Dixie Donuts coffee shop. There used to be a photo lab in there, film developing I used to go to probably 25 years ago. There's some commercial property for rent. Subway is there now. To my right is an auto sales and service and financing. And let's take a left. This is Ileano's outdoor and indoor dining right there. Ileano's Grill. Very popular Italian restaurant. And I am currently in the parking lot of the restaurant, but I got to turn around to get out of here. People wearing masks, getting pizza. Masks are worn now due to the COVID-19 coronavirus. I got to say that in every video because that's the world we live in right now. And, for historical reference purposes, it's pretty important. I'm going to take a left. I mean, Norwichtown, again, is a large area. If I go right, I can get down Atrabando Avenue. If I take this next left, I can go up in the industrial park. I can do a whole film on that. Let's take a right down this little side street here. This is Sound 1. Okay, and there's a mall back here of some kind. Let's see what's back here. Service Center, U.S. Department of Agriculture. Okay, I didn't know that. USDA Service Center. Never had a clue it was there. There it is. What is this? RALCPA LLC, Tax and Accounting Services. Okay, apparently there's an accountant down here. Comcast Public Access Studio. It's not even called Comcast anymore. It's called Xfinity. So this mall, I don't know what's going on, whether it's empty or these are old signs. Dr. Peter Ducart Chiropractor. What is this? New Beginnings Behavioral Health. I don't know, again, if this mall is actually... There are some cars down here. It is a Sunday. But yeah, that USDA Service Center looks to be occupied. I mean, there's furniture in there and stuff, but let's get a quick look at Sound 1. I'll point the car over there. Sound 1. He's been there for years. And he's, if you want audio equipment, that's your man right there. They do installations. They do work on, audio in cars, I believe. Full home surround sound audio systems. He's the best in Norwich. He's been in the business for so long and has so much expertise that, that's the guy right there if you need audio. A really, really top-of-the-line audio system for a home. All right, green light. We're going to jump on West Town Street. Norwich settled 1659. There's a sign up there. There's a really old house to the right. That was going to be demolished, but somebody bought that and saved it. Let me take a quick... I've got to talk fast because there's so much to cover. This used to be Cooper's... I believe that was an name. Cooper's film developing. You have a camera, you have a couple rolls of film, you bring it down to Cooper's, and you're pretty much all set. Unfortunately, for the film industry, digital cameras kind of took over the world quickly and rendered film not necessarily obsolete, but, kind of a genre form of art. Let's turn right into this package store. This is one of the most popular package stores, a place to buy liquor and things of that nature in Norwichtown, and just straight up Norwich. I'm going to point this car. I'm going to make like I'm parking here, even though I'm not getting out of the vehicle. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. That used to be the location of, I don't know the name of the building, but it was a really nice brick building, an older building. And there used to be a pizza place in there. The Tambora family owned and operated that pizza parlor, and it was phenomenal pizza. Really, really good. Then they had a place that sold something called broasted chicken there. I forget the name. Rena's or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna remember, but whatever. It's been a number of restaurants, but now it's gone. There's older buildings. Belltone hearing aids to my left. Nice historic old buildings to the left and to the right. Sewing masters and cleaners to my right. Westtown Street, comprehensive psychiatric care to my right. There's an electrical wholesale business. There's Donner Photography to my left. All right, let's pull into the bowling alley. That's one of your more important landmarks in this area. They just put the bowling pin back. It was down for repair for quite a while. What do we have up here? Antenna Independent Hair Salon, Eastern Connecticut Pain Center, River Valley Periodontics and Implant Dentistry. Donner Photography has another kind of an office up there. Straight ahead is I don't know, I've always known that building to be called the Grange, some form of, older structure that's been there for many years, and it's been referred to, as far as I know, to something called the Grange. I don't know, Marvel Auto Body directly in front of us. Directly behind that is a cell phone tower. So if you're watching this video 50 or 100 years from now, when we had cell phones in the year 2020, they ran off of towers like the one you see in the background there. Okay, this looks to be a newly rehabilitated bowling alley, Norwich 10-pin. And there's other as the camera, as I go forward, there's Norwich Public Utilities, a little fueling station there. Okay, looks like they painted, or I don't know, something going on over here at the bowling alley in Norwichtown. I'm going to try to avoid these speed bumps if I can. All right, there's a bar here, 11 Frame Sports Bar and Grill. I remember years ago going into the bowling alley, and there was a little bar there, and that place was packed. I don't know. I mean, again, this is the era of COVID-19, coronavirus. So, are people bowling, and how does that work, and social distancing? I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. But all right, the Department of Public Works is down here. I believe they have very large, there they are, those big odd-shaped containers with the kind of pointy-looking thing there. They, in the winter, contain a lot of sand and road salt and things like that. So, when you have a snowstorm or there's icy roads, that's where they fill up the trucks. And The storage containers are back there. Okay, Hart's Greenhouse and Garden Center. For my money, it's the best in the area. I mean, I'm a little biased because that's where I do my, if I'm going to purchase plants and things like that, I'll come down to Hart's. I live near here, so that's part of the reason. This is an old building, probably a former factory of some kind. Right now it says Team Strike Zone and Mattress and Furniture Discount. So I don't know what the story on that is, but let's take a ride back here. I've never been back here. Let's see. We're going into uncharted territory. I think that's the Yannick River straight ahead. I can't really see down there, but there's a lot of shrubs, and let me take a look. Yeah, the Yannick River's down there. It's really dry right now. It's almost bone dry. But anyways, this is, I don't know. Somebody probably knows the answer, but this is probably some former factory of some kind. All right, let me turn around here. And let me back up a little. This is interesting. Somebody might have worked here years ago or something, and they can tell us exactly. I don't know the name of this back in the old days, but it looks like a significant structure of some kind that probably housed, it's not a warehouse, but it's more of a something that was built in that factory. And I guarantee somebody will know the answer. I don't know. Somebody will know. Okay, we're kind of to the right is behind Hart's Greenhouse. It's a little van, kind of a trailer. It says Leffingwell Pools back there. Okay, this is there's a sign, the former Turner Stanton Mill. Okay, so what's in here? Strike Zone, Mattress Direct, Happy Pants, Ink Jet, and Athena Trading Company. But anyways, Turner Stanton Mill, good to know. I'm glad I found that out. All right, we are on Clinton Avenue. And the speed limit obviously is 25 miles per hour because it's a very quiet road in Norwich. And they don't want people speeding, so 25 miles per hour. Gentleman to my right, he's always working on cars and everything, and as you can see there, I'm going to go straight. It's a dead end, but I think it's worth just doing a quick little sweep down here. This is continuing on Clinton Avenue. To my right is a nice kind of a little park. Little benches, and you can probably have a picnic down here. I think there's a house down here. Yeah, there is. A really nice house. Well, I'm going to turn around. This used to be a longer road, but I don't know. They kind of shortened it up a little bit. It's a really nice historic house back there. It was probably built in maybe the late 1700s or very early 1800s, and it's on a pretty good chunk of property here. At least an acre, a couple acres, but all right, let's go into the get another look at that kind of barn. What does it say? TLB Auto Machine. So they do something with repairing cars, body work or something. I'm not really sure. There's a family car wash to my right. You can rent U-Hauls to my right. Let's go left. To my left, it used to be an electrical, a business that sold electrical supplies, but now it is a martial arts training and, center. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 360 Defense Martial Arts. Pretty cool. Again, are they fully functional with the coronavirus being around? I don't know. I mean, I'm pulling into Ace Hardware. To my left is a kind of an outdoor restaurant. They sell ice cream. It's called Blazin' Barbecue. And the food is really good from what I hear. I haven't eaten there personally, but I've heard a lot of people say it's excellent. It's called Blazin' Barbecue. Anyways, I'm behind some gas stations. There's Mobile, Shell, and something called Global. And this is the Ace Hardware parking lot. Well, let's jump back out onto Westtown Street. It's a Sunday, as I said, so I'm assuming there's going to be less traffic, which is good for our tour. Okay, I'm going to just turn around very quickly. I'll get a glance at some doctors' offices. Let's see here. Dr. DeFrancesa is in here. Other doctors have been in here over the years. Let me sweep around, get a look at that house. It's a nice older home that houses currently a podiatrist. And this, I'll be crossing K Street. This building right here houses several doctors, among probably other, businesses or people that need office space. I don't know if it's a 100% medical building. As far as I know, the only time I've ever been in the building is to see doctors, medical doctors. All right, okay, I'm going to try to get my bearings here. Let's go right. We'll take this light. We'll stop at this light. We'll take a left here. Chelsea Insurance Company is directly in front of us. To the left of that, I'm not sure you can see it. There's a street up there. I'm going to get down that street. It's a dead end, but I'm going to get down there. You can't see it right here, but to the left of... Okay, now you can see it. Right there is the former location of Adams Tavern, probably one of the oldest taverns in the country. When it was there, it was a little tiny building. Everybody used to go to Adams Tavern. I did. It was always packed to the rafters. Really small place. You kind of went down in the basement, but it was really historic. Somebody dismantled the building and moved it to Massachusetts, if you can believe it. They did a TV. Whoa, I got to turn around. This is when they say dead end, they're not kidding. They mean dead end. If I kept going, I'd end up in somebody's garage. We don't want to do that. I'm sure people don't appreciate people turning around in their driveway all the time, but this is kind of a nice little street. This is Lee Avenue, L-E-E, Lee Avenue. You get kind of an elevated view of all those doctors' offices we were just talking about. And to the right, where that green tow truck is, that would have been, just beyond that would have been Adams Tavern. Okay. Let's go right. Right now, Riddy's Tire Service to my right. I'm going to go left. Friendly's Restaurant. They serve ice cream and, hamburger sandwiches, whatever. It's Friendly's. Everybody knows what Friendly's is. Okay. The Friendly's was established in 1935, by the way. I didn't know that. 1935. It's been around. This building in front of me is a really nice office space, Harvard Healthcare, and there's Air Neuroscience Institute is in here, Norwich Imaging MRI facility in here. There's doctors, neurologists. There may be psychiatrists in here. There's several medical professional offices in here. Let's see, Harvard Healthcare. Yeah, there's a lab work in there. There's all kind of stuff. It's a relatively modern building. It's been there for a while, but it's a, you can tell it's a newer building. And it looks to be fully functional, fully operational. Straight ahead, across K Street, is the doctor's offices that we're looking at earlier. Let me take a right up here. Thank you to all our health care heroes. Okay, this is an OB/GYN services. This office up here. I'm not going to go up here too far. I'll just turn around up here. But anyways, the doctor's office. If you're having a baby or have any problems that require an OB/GYN doctor, that's one of the offices that handles those services in Norwichtown, Connecticut. Norwichtown is a section of Norwich. Norwich has, different areas named different things, and people, it's good to identify, if I live in, where do you live? Thamesville. I mean, it's in Norwich, but it's a section of Norwich that makes it very easy for people to identify roughly the area that you live in. The west side, the east side, Taffville is a part of Norwich, but we're currently doing Norwichtown. This building in front of me is, I don't know what it is, but it looks like a medical building. I don't know. It says do not enter, so I can't really go in there to find out. All right, it's a mystery, but whatever. It's, we got to look at it anyways. I mean, despite not knowing what it is, maybe there's a sign out front. Let me take a look. It's a little unusual for a building not to have some form of sign on at least on the entrance, but I don't see one. Very nice home across the street. We can see that. We get a direct view of that as we go onto K Street. And more doctor's offices to my right. Connecticut Behavioral Health Associates. All right, so this is, we're on K Street. All right, I'll take this light again. Norwichtown is, again, a large area. And if I cover every square inch, from the vantage point of a car, the ability to drive on conventional roads, this could be a really long video, but we'll see what happens. It may take me more than one day to do this. I usually do these drives in one shot. Okay, let's go down Shoals Avenue. Okay, this is Shoals Avenue, a residential area of very nice homes in Norwichtown, Connecticut. There are several little avenues that go off here. This is Woodrow Avenue. And again, very nice homes on this in this neighborhood. Very quiet back here on a beautiful sunny day in September of the year 2020. And it's currently 75 degrees. Very dry. I mean, it's as nice a day and as comfortable as a day as you could ever ask for. On a September day in 2020 in New England, in Connecticut. All right, let's take a look. All right, Sturdivant Street is right ahead. If I kept going straight, you can't because there's trees and private property there. But if I kept going straight, I would go directly into the Yannick River. The Yannick River is like right. If I could reach my hand out the window, I could almost touch it. And we are on Sturdivant Street. Let's take a little ride down Sturdivant Street. Okay, this might be of interest to some people. It is now called the Yannick River Plaza. It's been a lot of things over the years. They used to have a place, a gentleman by the name of Cipriani owned a business to my immediate left. I'll swing around there. That was, they had Nautilus kind of weightlifting machines, bodybuilding machines. Everybody used to get down here and work out on those machines. They were really, really nice. It was a beautifully run place. And clean, and I used to go there. It was really phenomenal. I just, I don't know, if somehow the Nautilus machines fell out of fashion or something happened, and they went out of business. They were in business for a long time, but maybe it was trendy. I don't know. Buckley Construction, Fiber Masters down here. What else is down here? IMPAC, Impact Athletics. It looks like it's empty, but at one time it was Impact Athletics. There used to be a grocery store down here. Might have been ShopRite or something. I forget the name of it, but it was there. Big Y, whatever. It was a grocery store. There used to be like pretty well-known restaurants and things down here. What's down here now? Dexter's Smooth Coffee, Yannick River Plaza, Nailed It, Small Potatoes. What is that, a restaurant? Small Potatoes, Artesian Crafts, Unique Gifts. Okay. G's Country Barn, straight ahead, Coleman Pediatric Therapy. So there are businesses down here currently. But, and I have to say it again, the coronavirus is making a lot of these businesses life difficult. Social distancing, you can only have a certain amount of people in a building at one time. So if you're one of these restaurants that was packed, or bars, people jammed together, then that's not going to happen right now. So, I'm hesitant to say whether a lot of those businesses are actually currently operational at the moment. All right, I use the word comprehensive, so I'm going to have to I'm going to keep my word if I can. I mean, this, maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic here. Okay, this is the Norwich Town Rehabilitation and Care Center. It's a nursing home, but I'm not really sure the term nursing home is something that's used anymore. They may phrase things a little differently now. But anyways, there it is. Get a real good shot of that assisted living facility or rehab center. It's a place where they take care of elderly people or people with that need rehab from maybe serious surgeries and things of that nature. Again, back in the day, they used to call a place like that a nursing home, but now it's called a care center. So, whatever. Make of it what you will. But there it is. Now there's a couple of important things to cover up here. Okay, right here is Samuel Huntington School, right there. There it is. If you went to Samuel Huntington School, it's still there. It's in great shape. Let's see if we can take a ride around the back. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like we can. Good. Let's get a view of what's back here. Maybe the playground or something. Kids can, get a gander at where they used to play. Looks like a new building. I mean, part of this is new construction. All right, straight ahead of us. I got to turn around here. This is pretty much a dead-end situation, but there's a big playground back there, big field. Recess or whatever, kids go back there and play. But anyways, this is Samuel Huntington School in Norwichtown. The Norwichtown section. Get a load of that door right there. That's not something you would see in the modern era. It says girls. On the other side of the school, it says boys. Now, it's highly unlikely that you would see something like that if the school was built today. But, back in the old days, they had probably half the school girls and half the school boys. You guys stay on this side. You gals stay over here. All right, let's take a right. We will jump back onto West Town Street. To the left is some businesses. There used to be another photo. Cooper's used to be the photography place. And they moved, and now they're out of business. D&D Dry Cleaners. All right, this is important. Sacred Heart Church. Sacred Heart Church in Norwichtown. Let's take a look. There's another view of Samuel Huntington School through the trees there. Anyways, let's line this thing up. And there we go. We get a good view of the church. Really nice day. Beautiful looking church. They maintain the grounds and the property of this church flawlessly. I drive by here all the time. I don't live far from here. It is always absolutely meticulous and beautifully cared for. And it's a lovely, lovely church. I mean, just to look at the building from an architectural standpoint, it's gorgeous. All right, I'm going to take a right back onto West Town Street here. Maybe we get a quick glance at the front of the church there. And there is Sacred Heart Rectory, that white home, as we drive down West Town Street. Norwichtown, again, this is probably the third or fourth time I said it, is huge. If I did every street, I'd like to, but I don't know if it's realistic. I mean, I don't think people want to be watching a 4-hour video, and that's what this could turn into here. To the left is the First Congregational Church of Norwich. To the right is the Johnson home. Those are important. I'm going to try to get better views of both of those. The Norwichtown Green, there's a sign there that says The Green, is to my right. A very beautiful green and very important, historically important area in Norwichtown. Norwichtown Heritage Visitor Center to my left, Mediterranean Lane to my left. This says no right turn. I'm gonna risk it and just hope there aren't any police around here, only because I want to get a better view. Really historic houses, old houses. I mean, 1700s, 1800s, and they look beautiful. Beautiful paint job, and the colors and everything are really nice. Art restoration building on my left, framing, custom framing. Okay, I made the light here. This is what I wanted to zero in on, this church. It's very important that we see that. First Congregational Church of Norwich. And people behind me are probably thinking, this guy's going too slow. And I am. Okay. I gotta be careful here. There's an outdoor chapel. If you go up that hill there, it's a real steep hill, but you can hike up there, and there's an outdoor chapel. There's benches, and there's a big cross up there. Meeting House Rock is right there, and that's actually the name of that hill. But if you go up to the top, there's a church. I mean, there's, it's exposed to the elements. There's a small well to my right. It was restored in 1912, so that just shows you how old it was. There's a really good view of the Johnson home, a residence for retired women. That's what it says on the sign there. It's been around since, I think, 1907. The sign's a little worn out, but I could make that out. Let's take a left. Boy, gotta be careful around here. All right, no through truck traffic down here, by the way. Big, 18-wheelers and all that type of thing. They don't want any of those coming down this historic East Town Street, which we're on right now, and I don't blame them. All right, I want to take a cruise up East Town Street. Again, many historic homes. All right, we got to take a right in here. United Community Family Service Healthcare is in here, but the important thing about this, they're an important business, but this is the former Governor Samuel Huntington's mansion or home, right there, that yellow and white building. That gentleman signed the Declaration of Independence, okay? So he was a very important man. Can't really see down there. There's a big meadow down there, Lathrop Meadow. I did a film on that a while back. You can look for it on YouTube if you want. I did a film on a very historic cemetery. We can't quite see it. It's over this trailer. Over on the other side of that wall is a very, very historic cemetery with Revolutionary War people, soldiers and folks buried in there right now. So if you want to do a little research, or I would drive down and just walk around that cemetery and just, on a nice day like today, like a Sunday afternoon. It's an incredible place, and it's beautiful. There's little streams through there and running through that cemetery, and big, beautiful, huge trees. It's a sight to see. You'll never see one just quite like it, I'll tell you that much. All right, anyways, that back there, the guy signed the Declaration of Independence. So, Norwich got a little bit of, some serious street cred with that guy being a resident. Again, there's historic homes up here. There's a home on my left that recently sold, right there on the left. I was told, again, we're told a lot of things. Some are true, some are not, but I've been told by more than one person, and one person that actually lived in the house that George Washington once was in that home. Did he sleep there? Did he visit? Did he have lunch? I have no idea. But this is what I was told. Again, could it be, folklore? Maybe. Then again, it might be true. The home was certainly in existence when Washington was around, so. There are many, many historic homes in this area. Let's go straight ahead. I'm at a four-way stop here. Let's go. I'm getting on Washington Street right now. I think it's Washington Street Extension. And again, historic homes. Very old homes built in the 1700s, 1800s. A beautiful, quiet street. Lathrop Meadow to my right. It's way overgrown right now, but it's a really beautiful place to take a hike. There's paths in there. I'm going to take a left for the sole purpose of giving you a really good view, hopefully, if I can grab it with this camera. Right up there. See that house? When they shot the movie, Everybody Wins, that's one of the homes that was featured in the movie. It was so nice that they shot a couple of scenes up there. Bill Stanley was in one of them. He's one of the icons of Norwich. He, I believe, played the part of Benedict Arnold in the movie. I could be wrong. Why would there be a character of Benedict Arnold in Everybody Wins? I'm probably wrong on that. But Bill Stanley wrote a lot of articles about Benedict Arnold, things of that nature. And for some reason, he had connections, and he got in that movie, and he was in that home. It might have been cut out of the movie. I don't know. Let's go down. This is called Butts Lane, tiny little street. And we'll go into Norwichtown, more of a Norwichtown business area. Straight ahead used to be, I think it was called Uncas Pharmacy. They're closed. That wasn't all that long ago. There's a barbershop, Manny's Barbershop to my immediate right. Let me creep out here so I can see around this shrub. Okay. Goodyear Tire. Let's pull in there. We can get a good look at things. All right. Goodyear Tire is right there. Let me point this thing at Uncas Pharmacy. Used to be there. Uncas Pharmacy was an independent pharmacy, small business, right in that building right ahead of us. Now it's for sale or lease. So the big, giant corporations are pushing a lot of the little guys out of business. I don't know if that was the case in that particular pharmacy right there, but it happens all the time. Straight ahead is Sunoco gas station. To the right of that is a package store, Knowledgetown liquor store. I'll swing down there. All right, let's take a right, and you can get a look at that package store right there. What's in here? Laurie's Deli and Bake Shop, Nail and Spa Connection, Performance Realty Group. This little tiny mall. I'm going to back up a little bit here just so I can get you guys a view of, what is it? That's Town, okay, it's called Town Liquor Store. And to the right of that is something called CTL, Center for Transitional Living. I'm really not familiar with that business, that particular business, but that's what the name on the sign says. Let's take a right into the United Community Family Services Healthcare. Let's see, the Ed and Mary Lord Family Healthcare Center, UCFS Healthcare. It's a big healthcare facility. There's a hairstylist up here, People's Bank, Quest Diagnostics. Anyways, they redid this building a few years ago. There it is. Let's take a ride around the back. There's an Otis Library book return there. That's convenient. You don't have to go all the way down city. You just throw it in the book drop and you're all set. This is the back of the UCFS building. It's a big building. Okay, there's part of that historic cemetery. You can just get a glimpse. Again, I have a full movie on that on YouTube if you want to look it up. There it is. It's kind of a neat little view right there. They've expanded the building to my left, United Community Family Services. They've done quite a bit of expansion there. All right, let's take a ride down here. This is going to be this will be interesting for future reference. Straight ahead, you see this fencing. Okay, there's homes up there, residences, conventional houses where people live. In the future, the very near future, it's going to be a Burger King. So get a look at that. As we drive down, we see all the fencing. This is that whole property that's going to be leveled off, and they're going to put a Burger King in there. That historic property is going to be a Burger King. So, something to keep in mind if you're watching this video 50 years into the future. All right, what is this? Directly in front of me is Chelsea Groton Bank. They've been there for a long time. I would say 25 years at least. Irene's Family Pizza and Catering to my left. Really good food. Really nice people running this place. And let's zoom in on this thing. And there it is, right there. It's a pizza restaurant. You know, it says we're still open, curbside pickup, call in and delivery available. I mean, these businesses are having a tough time with this coronavirus, but these guys are going strong. Okay, straight ahead of us, very important. These are the homes I was talking about a moment ago. Take a look. They're going to be gone really soon, and there's going to be a Burger King in there. Another fast food restaurant. All right, James Laundromat, Dunkin' Donuts to my left. There's a Stop and Shop gas station there. Let's see. Stop and Shop has gas stations that if you shop there, they give you a little card and you get, I don't know, points or something when you shop there. And eventually, when you go to get gas, you get a discount. Like you get, I don't know, you get 800 points or whatever it is. You end up with maybe 8 cents a gallon off. There's Domino's. This used to be like a floor covering shop over here to my right. Apparently they're no longer there, unfortunately. I dealt with those people, that business. Nice family operated that. And they did a beautiful job putting in carpeting or tile or anything. Busy Beeves Playhive Indoor Play Space down here. I don't know where that is exactly, but it's down here. There's some stuff around here I'm not really, I don't know. I mean, let's see if I can get out on this road here, this main road. Okay. We're going to have to go into Knowledgetown Commons pretty soon. Can I drive in? Let's see if I can pull in here. This used to be Benny's. This will be of interest to a lot of people. This used to be Benny's, but now it's FW Webb. Benny's closed. They went out of business, and this place kind of laid empty for a while, but FW Webb, let me take a ride around here and point the camera right at this thing. FW Webb doesn't appear to be open, but I think they're pretty close. FW Webb Company. I think it's, plumbing supplies as far as I know. But there it is, the former Benny's. I'm glad it's being used. Let's go up to, before I do the mall there, let's go up to another iconic store in Norwich. Goran's Furniture, right to my right. Goran's Furniture and Mattresses, established in 1936. These guys have been around for a long time. And they've managed to stay in business all these years. Directly in front of us is something called the Granite Group. Plumbing, heating, cooling, water supply, propane. They sell parts. Plumbing parts down here. If you need something regarding plumbing supplies, They got what you need. All right, let's go. I'm going to jump across into this little tiny parking lot just so we can get a good shot at Gorin's, a better look at Gorin's. All right, it's a kind of an empty parking lot back here. It's all overgrown. There's Gorin's. If you've ever shopped at Gorin's, ever bought furniture there, many people have. There's a good view of it. Now, we're going to take a right, and we're going to go down into what is now called Norwichtown Commons. It used to be Caldor's used to be down here. If you go way back, Grant's, the store Grant's, when I was a kid. I bought my first record album at Grant's. Let's do a sweep of this very important Planet Fitness right on my right, by the way. This is a very important mall in Norwich. There was nothing here but a big field, and you know, the city of Norwich, down city, had all the businesses where you would buy clothing and all these different things. And this thing came along, and then all of a sudden nobody went down the city anymore. So that's, you know, part of the evolution of Norwich. Pet Sense in front of me. These businesses have changed over and over and over. But right now it's Pet Sense, Lily Nails, Lucky House Chinese Japanese Restaurant, Yogurt City, Jersey Mike's Subs, Town Grill and Tap, Hartford Healthcare is directly in front of us. The Dress Barn, I think, is closed. They were there for decades. They're not there now. Stop and Shop is straight ahead. Vernon Drug used to be in there. It is no longer Vernon Drug. It is now just Stop and Shop has its own pharmacy. All right, let's get, let me go real slow, get these people in these masks. You know, we're doing these videos for historic purposes, really. As the gentleman with the mask looks at the camera that is magnetically attached to the front of my car, and he has a curious look on his face. He should. I'm a guy with a camera magnetically attached to my car. I'm driving around recording video. It's not something you see every day. Big, huge loading dock, and there's a Stop and Shop truck filled with food and all kind of supplies and groceries, and they're unloading the truck as we speak. All right, I'm going to drive down here, try to get a little bit better view of Stop and Shop, because Stop and Shop is it's been there forever. It's very well known by people in Norwich Town. Everybody, you know, I mean, this place, there it is. People with masks walking into Stop and Shop in September of the year 2020. Why do they have masks on? Because we're experiencing a global pandemic, and we're in the heart of it right now. Thus far, I believe 185,000 Americans have died of that disease. So it's nothing to be taken lightly. Another gentleman in a mask. We want to get people in masks on video. As we record this, and people in the future look at it and think, wow, this is amazing. Everybody's wearing masks. They had this pandemic. And look at the cars. I mean, you got to project 50 years, 100 years into the future. All of these cars, forget about it. They're all gone. There's all new models. They're probably all either electric or, you know, powered by some, maybe, who knows what they are. I mean, 50, 100 years from now, we don't have a clue what's going to be going on. That's why these videos, in my estimation, will be historically important moving documents, video documents. All right, I'm going to take a left. I'm trying to get as good, well, I'll go straight. I'm trying to get as good a view of everything as I can down here. Let's see if I can do a shot of... Okay, that's Big Lots. There's a store called Big Lots. I don't know. Okay, there it is, directly in front of us. To the right of that is Planet Fitness. You go there, there's workout machines. It's very... my understanding is very reasonably priced, like $10 a month or something to get a membership at Planet Fitness, right on the left. Okay. And we can get kind of a wide shot of what used to be Benny's and is now currently FW Web. As we head back up the road. Let's see, we're going to cover everything. Let's get on Lathrop Avenue. It looks to be a dead end. It doesn't say, yeah, it does say dead end. I'm glad it says it because, all right, there's nothing up here except, what is up here? There's this looks like Allstate Insurance Company office. That's, let me line this thing up. Okay, right there. It's a Sunday, so they're closed. Directly in front of me right now, we can see a house, and in that house is something called Health Call Primary Care Center, and there's a number of doctors in there. Okay, other businesses. I believe that used to be, okay, it says Paragon Salon. Okay, maybe it's a salon. To the right of that is Payless Auto Glass. To the right of that is Details Hair Studio. I don't know. I'm trying to ascertain as to whether these things are open or closed, and it's hard to make out some of the signs and look inside. Anyways, this McDonald's has been rehabbed recently. Whoa! Do not enter. Okay, do not enter. How do I get out of here? This has been here in I don't want to go through the drive-in window. I just want to get out. Maybe I can. Can I get out this way? Let's find out. Anyways, this McDonald's has been in Norwichtown for, I don't know. I mean, decades. Decades. It looked different when they first put it up than it does now, but it's still in the exact same location. But Burger King is going to be going in, so they're going to have a little competition. Bank of America is on our left. I don't really think it's necessary to go in there. All right, let's take a drive. Whoa. Some people, you know, you're driving down the road and some guy on the opposite, coming in the opposite direction towards you, and it looks like he's texting. And his car is swerving all over the road. Not a good idea. And illegal, obviously. All right, we're still in Norwich Town. I'm going to go to the edge of Norwich Town, and then I'll turn around. Actually, let me turn in here. Leffingwell Inn. This is, now it's called the Leffingwell House Museum. It was built in 1675, apparently. Leffingwell House Museum, very important house museum. It's very important to Norwich, Connecticut, and it's very important to the United States historically. Beautiful grounds, stunningly maintained. It is actually, it has a brand new roof on it. But there it is. That's the Leffingwell House Museum, otherwise known as the Leffingwell Inn. I'm not going to say a lot about it historically. You can look that up on Google. I highly recommend looking into it. The reason I'm not going to say too much about it is because I don't know a lot of the real fine details. But it's worth looking into, big time. I mean, seriously, look, Leffingwell Inn, go to their website, read the history, if you're interested. It's fascinating. And you'll get all the details, all super accurate information, rather than me just, going off the cuff with a bunch of things that I heard people say. That's not good enough. That place requires a deep study, a deep dive. And I highly recommend reading about it, and I highly recommend going there and taking a look to see what they have. I'm at a red light right now. The temperature has creeped up a little bit to 81, so this is pretty much as nice a day as you could possibly ask for. We're going to be heading down. We're still in Norwichtown. This is Norwichtown. We're going to be heading down. I'm going to take a little tour of the Bacchus Hospital grounds, or the Bacchus Hospital buildings that I can get a view of with this camera on this car. There's a testing station to my right, coronavirus testing. That's significant. There's trauma center. There's forget it. There's too much to even think about in this place. The Mary Allen Ross Child Care Center to my right. Mary Allen Ross. Keep that in mind. I'm going to get out in this parking lot only because I want to point at one of the newer buildings here at the Bacchus Hospital. Hartford Healthcare is now the primary I don't know if I can use the term owner, but they run this facility. Medical Office Building 330 Washington Street. That's one of the newer sections of this Bacchus Hospital complex. There's an emergency room up here, or emergency department. Back in the old days, they called it emergency room. Now they call these things emergency department. There is a security guard back there. I hope he doesn't pull me over. I have a camera attached to my car. Straight ahead is the place where the big helicopters and things land. It's called Lifestar, Hartford Hospital, Bacchus Hospital. It's a heliport. So they have a helicopter that lands there and flies people out of this area to Hartford Hospital or Yale or probably Hartford, I would assume. Connecticut Mental Health Center in front of us. Same day surgery. There's the emergency department. It says Bacchus Hospital, Edward and Mary Lord Emergency Care and Trauma Center. If you're going to go to the emergency department, there's an American ambulance to my right, by the way. If you're going to go to the emergency department, this is where you would come back here. This is where you would enter that. Another American ambulance. Really nice, bright paint on those ambulances, which is a good idea. You want to see them coming and going when you're driving down the road. Okay, I get this security guy back there. Hopefully he doesn't, if he wants to pull me over, feel free. Got nothing to hide here, folks, but there is, it does look a little unusual with a camera on the front of my car. It's a small camera, but still, it's, All right, let's get a front view of Bacchus Hospital. I think that's an important landmark that many, many people that live in Norwich, Connecticut, are familiar with. And we want to get a real good look at it. Which is why I'm going to turn this vehicle around in this parking lot and point right in the direction of the main entrance, which is right There it is. There's Bacchus Hospital. It's a good view on a Sunday. Not too busy right now where I'm stationed here, but there it is. All right, let's take a left. Straight ahead is Johnson's Flowers and Gift Shop. I'm going to take a right. We're going to be leaving Norwichtown. As soon as I turn right, I go up the road, maybe, I don't know, a couple of 100 yards. We'll be exiting Norwichtown. So then we're going to turn around, we're going to come back and cover some more territory. But Johnson's Flowers and Gifts, they've been there ever since I can remember. All right, we're still in Norwichtown. Let's go down. I'm going to take a left. It's a little street. It's a dead end. It's called Arnold Place. Why is it called Arnold Place? Well, I'm told, and there's a sign out here that indicates, Benedict Arnold used to live down here. His house is no longer there. I believe it was burned to the ground. But this is the former site of Benedict Arnold's home. Benedict Arnold is a Norwich native and a very controversial figure in history. And there's another guy you might want to look up. You might want to Google Benedict Arnold if you're interested in American history. I'm not going to give away the surprise of what he did, but I think it's, if you don't know or if you're not familiar with him, you might find it really, really interesting. All right, let's jump out onto the road very quickly here, and we're going to turn into Lee Memorial United Methodist Church. Right there. So if you went there years ago, or if you go there now, there it is. And we'll go around the back. We'll get a look at the back area. The church. Get kind of a view of that structure. And let's go up the road a touch. And we'll find out, we're going to find out where the exact location of the line between Norwich and Norwichtown is located. It's not far. It's like right up the road here. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled and let's take a look. All right, it's right back. We just passed it. I'm going to take a left. I want to head back to Norwichtown. We're doing Norwichtown today, so I don't want to deviate from the plan. I mean, if I went straight up here, I could go to NFA. I mean, there's a whole host of very interesting areas in Norwich, Connecticut that I could look at. But right now our main interest is Norwichtown. I'm going to take a turn around. I'm going to turn around on Carroll Avenue. It's a dead end. It's a really nice street. Once this light turns green, which it just did, that's good. And Norwich Free Academy is to the right. It was incorporated in 1854. The speed limit on this road is 15 miles per hour on Carroll Avenue. So I'm going to turn around. It's not This is homes, you know, it's a residential area. I'm just going to turn around at somebody's driveway here. I'm sure people hate that. But I'm going to do it as delicately and as quietly and as gingerly as I possibly can. And there we go. We got it made. At some point in the future, I'm going to do a movie, a video, going around the campus of Norwich Free Academy. It's a beautiful place. Red light, no turn on red. All right. That's fine. We'll wait this one out. We'll watch cars go by. And every car that goes by is historically significant because in the future, as I've said many times, those cars are going to be antiques. So people are going to look back and say, look at this. There's a 2020 Cadillac that just went by that ran on gasoline. You know, in the future, I mean, we don't have a clue what cars are going to be running on. Maybe it'll be, maybe everything will be electric. We don't know. This light would tend to be a little bit longer because this Carroll Avenue is, there we go, it's green. Carroll Avenue is not a very heavily traveled street due to the fact that it's one way. Let's take a turn into whoa, we can't turn in here. It's blocked. That's a problem. Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church. That means I got to back out onto the main road here and turn around. Anyways, there's the Greek Orthodox Church. Very, very nice church. Beautiful building. I've been inside there. It's absolutely stunning. All right, there's the sign. This indicates that we're crossing into the Norwichtown threshold right now. We are officially in Norwichtown. And we are on Washington Street. And there's Arnold Place to our right. We were just there, so. Back is to our left, so we're back in that area that we were just kind of taking a look at. And we have another red light. That's okay. Attorney at Law, Beebe and O'Neill to my right. That building right there has attorneys in there. I'm going to take a right up Harland Road briefly, which is, you know, we're in Knowledgetown. Okay, there is a very historic home to my right. Built in 1744. Wow, that's old. 1744. So these houses to my right and left, some of them are very old, very historic. All right, Sachem. I'm not going to go up Sachem Place. There's a new housing development up there. All right. Well, I'm going to go down this street right here. Lathrop Lane. Very nice hill that leads down to Washington Street Extension. All right. Gotta make up my mind here. We'll go right. And we'll get on Washington Street. It just says Washington Street, but I believe it's Washington Street Extension. Very historic homes. This area in Norwichtown is loaded with history. It's loaded with homes built anywhere from the mid-1600s up to modern brand new houses. And let's take a right as we continue on our journey in Norwichtown. Take another right onto Ox Hill Road. More beautiful homes to the left and to the right. Various styles of construction. Very diverse styles of construction. I'm going to take a right. I'm going to take a right down Harland Road. And this little section of Harland Road, which is in Norwichtown. It's another really, really nice section. Beautiful big houses. And I'm going to go back down, I think it's Lathrop Lane. And instead of taking a right this time, nice barn directly in front of us, by the way. I'm going to take a left this time instead of a right, which I took last time. I want to get a view of another historic property. Yeah, I don't want to miss that. Right there, right in front of us, that red house. I'm going to drive right by it. I'm going to find out the year it was built. It's, let me see what it says there. I think it says Lathrop Manor. Let me do a slow roll up to this thing. Lathrop Manor Bed and Breakfast. It was built in 1750, maybe. I mean, that's what I don't know. I mean, that seems kind of big for 1750, but, or excuse me, 1650, but I was going to go right, but there's somebody backing out. That's a very narrow road. We'll get another view of Leffingwell Inn over here. As I try to turn right, yeah, I can go right here. Leffingwell Inn straight ahead. All right. As we cruise up Town Street in the Norwichtown section of Norwich, Connecticut. All right, let's do some freewheeling here. We're gonna take a drive up Mediterranean Lane, a very, very old road in Norwich, very narrow, but it's a really, really cool, again, historically significant. I mean, this area is just loaded. Look at that house right there. Look at that tiny little white house up there. I'm going to try to see, when was that built? A lot of times they'll have signs. That house was built in 1750. Beautiful red barn to our left. This road is so narrow, it's not a one-way street. The speed limit's 20 miles per hour. If there's a car coming in the opposite direction, you get problems. I mean, you're going to have to... All right, this is kind of a stunning view right here. I'm going to pull right up here. Whoa, here comes a car. I'm going to let these guys go. That's how narrow it is. I'm kind of glad we got that on video. Anyways, there's a Jaguar parked in front of that really old, cool-looking barn, or, you know, storage building. It's just a nice scene. This road is newly paved. I believe they put down brand new blacktop last year. It used to be in pretty rough shape, but right now it's beautiful. There's some farmland to my left. Pastures. I don't see any cows or anything out there, but really, really nice. Capri Drive to my right. very small dead end, maybe one or two houses on it. Look how narrow this is. I mean, I'm taking up the whole road. Here comes a car. This will be interesting. I don't want to drive on anybody's grass, so we can barely squeeze by each other. That's why 20 miles per hour is the speed limit. I mean, if anything, it should be 15 miles per hour. I mean, I'm going around a corner here. If anybody's coming, I'm in trouble. All right, we're all clear. Beautiful homes. You're kind of out in the country, but you're close to everything. I'm going to take a right. Let's see here. All right. Now I'm on Whitman Avenue in Norwichtown. Again, beautiful homes to my left and right. Beautiful old stone walls everywhere. There's some signs. Some politicians are running for office out in some of the folks' yards. There's some thank you signs that you see, people thanking the medical professionals for their work and dedication to caring for people with the coronavirus, COVID-19. Again, beautiful homes. This is K Street. We're going to go on to K Street. Another very nice street in Norwichtown. It's a home to my left for sale. Again, this is a newly paved road. They're doing a lot of paving work in Norwich, Connecticut, I've noticed over the last year, over the last several months. A lot of bridge work. You know, you got to maintain things. This road was always in relatively decent shape, but now it's flawless. The infrastructure is important to maintain, obviously, and they're, you know, I'm just going by the naked eye and kind of a in-person account. I drive around these roads all the time, and I notice a lot of brand new pavement. Let me take a ride down this new housing development. What is this called? This is called Scotland Estates, and it is on Andrea Lane. All brand new construction down here. I don't know. This used to be just a wooded area. And somebody decided to turn it into a big brand new housing development with really nice houses. These are expensive homes back here. All underground wiring, and look at that, huh? That's nice. Big houses down here. Little basketball hoop down the end for the kids to play. They have big lawns, well manicured, very nice green grass. We've had a drought this year, so seeing green grass, I mean, they're watering out there. Okay, let's take a left. We're going to go down Scotland Road. Scotland Road is a beautiful street in the Norwichtown section of Norwich. And we're going to take a look and see what's cooking on Scotland Road today. First of all, we're going to go down Deepwood Drive, which is a dead end, but has a really nice turnaround down there. Again, beautiful homes. Everywhere you look, right there. Really nice. Really, really nice homes. The house to my right is brand new. The one that was there previously burned to the ground. Time flies. That might have been 10 years ago. Deepwood Drive. So let's get off Deepwood Drive and get back onto Scotland Road. The speed limit on Scotland Road, incidentally, is 30 miles per hour. It's, again, freshly paved. It's really a pleasure to drive. All right, I'm going to keep my eyes open. There's another street. All right, here we go. What is the name of this? Wallstone Lane. Another dead end. Some side streets off of Scotland Road. Very nice houses down here. To my right is a massive multi-family dwelling of some kind. That used to be, I don't know if nuns lived there or it was a convent or something. I'm not 100% sure, but there's some kind of history to that building. To my right. I don't know if, can I pull in here? I don't know if I can do that or not. I don't live here, so. But anyways, this is, I'm going to do it. This is, I believe it's an apartment. You know, now it's conventional apartments where people live. Wow, they all have their own garage. I'm going to turn around here. Nice gazebo out there. But let's point this camera right there. And I wish I knew the history. I don't. But I seem to have a recollection that it's related to some form of religious, convent or something of that nature. Let's take a ride up Bailey Heights, another nice street. Another freshly paved road. They redid the entire Scotland Road and everything connected to it. This is one of your more, I'll say, high-end areas of Norwichtown. The Norwichtown area. The homes are, I would say, on the upper end of the scale. If you're looking to buy a house in Norwichtown, I would say that the homes in this area would be a little pricey, depending on your budget. These would be the higher end, higher priced homes. Large homes, 3,500 square feet, top of the line construction. All right, let's jump across here onto Brownwood Lane, another dead end. Beautiful view of the sky, of the landscape. There's land for sale right now. If somebody wants to build a house, land available. It's a nice new home there, right to my right. It's not brand new. It might have, it could be 10 years old. I don't know the exact date of it, but it's new. It's newer. We're in Norwich Town. This house is from the 1600s around here, so Yeah, I consider that pretty new. As we drive down Scotland Road, and we're looking for other roads to venture off and discover. Okay, what do we have here? DuPont Lane. I'm documenting as much as I can. I can't do everything, but as much as I can with a motor vehicle. I have a car. I'm driving my car. I have a camera attached to the front portion of the hood of my car, and I'm recording the audio into a recording device. And preserving it on YouTube, so people that currently live in Norwich can look at it, or they can live anywhere. Formerly lived in Norwich. Beautiful homes down here again, brand new. But people can look at the videos now as I upload it to YouTube, and they can say, wow, that's my house, or he drove by my house, he drove by my school, and I'm on Greenwich Court right now. That's my house on Greenwich Court. He drove by my house. Or fast forward 25, 30, 40, 50, 100 years into the future. Somebody's sitting there right now looking at this video and listening to me talk about these homes and streets and seeing how different things were back then. It's important to me to get all this stuff documented, and I think it'll be important to a lot of people in the future. We have the technology now where it's easy to do. You put a little camera on the front of your car. I mean, believe me, it took me some do-it-yourself rigs, and I got a magnet attached to a camera and all kind of fancy stuff, but it's not expensive. Anybody can do it. And we have the technology. So I thought, why not? Let's get this. Let's get the documentation of Norwich and the roads and everything. We're turning on the Gulliver Circle right now. Let's get the documentation of all these roads in the year 2020. I might have started in the year 2019. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I'll have to look back, see when I started doing these videos. But historic preservation is the name of the game here, folks. People from all over the world, somebody from Lebanon, halfway across the world yesterday, I put up a video and they said, hey, you drove down the street I lived on and it was a thrill. And he thanked me, and I was very, very happy about that. So that kind of stuff is going on right now. People all over the world can look and say, I used to live in Norwich, and there's this gentleman driving around and he's documenting all the roads, and he drove down my street. It's kind of a cool thing to see my old neighborhood and how it looks now. I haven't been there and lived there in 30 years. This gentleman in Lebanon. I had a guy from Australia. I mean, all over. I mean, it's endless. It's all over the country, all over the United States, all over the world. So people are looking at these now, but think about the future. That's where the real action is, I think. People looking at this thing 50 years from now, 100 years from now. Everything will be dramatically different in 100 years. Wow, straight ahead, I don't know if you can see it off in the distance, there's kids on a trampoline bouncing up and down. All right, I'm going to go down. Let me see now. Where do I turn? This is Reservoir Road. Kind of a sharp turn there. Reservoir Road. It's a dead end. Again, I'm doing all the dead ends today, folks, but that's just part of the game. Reservoir Road. Again, really nice houses. A very heavily wooded area. And this is one of the longer dead ends I've run into today. Some dead ends are, 3 feet and it's over, but this thing tends to go on for a while here. All right, the reason we just made a little discovery. The reason they call it Reservoir Road is right at the end of this dead end is a reservoir. Let's see, it says public water supply, no trespassing, hunting, trapping, or fishing. Penalty under penalty of law. Violators will be prosecuted. Violators will be towed. City of Norwich, no trespassing. I mean, it's just, you can't go there. Bottom line. There's a car parked here. I mean, there is a little path on the side of that fence. I guarantee there's fish in that reservoir, but whatever, you can't go there. There's no trespassing. All right. We're going to drive back down the opposite direction on Reservoir Road. And we're going to get back onto Scotland Road. And look at some of the, like on the left, there's an older historic home. On the right, there's a beautiful house. It sold recently. All right. Let's go. Back onto Scotland Road. Beautiful wooded area. It's like being in the country, way out in the middle of nowhere, but you're not. You're literally 2 minutes away from grocery stores and shopping centers, and so you get the best of both worlds out here. You get country living with all the conveniences within, 3 or 4 miles tops. Not even that. There's the home that George Washington may or may not have been in. My understanding is he was in there. I hate to use the term George Washington slept here because I have no idea. It's kind of a, it's kind of a catchphrase or whatever, but I mean, my understanding is he was in there. There's some people reading the plaque out in front of the Huntington house there where the Samuel Huntington signed the Declaration of Independence, so they're probably tourists. Okay, we've been here before, but we're going to just cruise down the road. We're going to document as much as we can in Norwichtown. I mean, it's impossible to cover every road. I mean, let's be honest. You can't. I mean, you could do it, but again, do you want to, I mean, it would be it would be a 6.5 hour video. It's just not feasible. This person is, okay, they think they have a stop sign. They don't. That's a confusing section right there. Because you run into a fork in the road, or it's actually a T, and there's no stop sign. There's no yield. There's nothing. So you got to make up your mind quickly. All right, this guy in front of me is going so slow that I'm going to take a left down Sturdivant Street and to cover a little bit more territory that we didn't cover earlier. Okay, this is Sturdivant Street. Again, freshly paved. Last time I was down here, it was there's a big, nice kind of green, I don't know if it's a park or whatever it is on the left over there. First time I'm seeing that. Maybe it's private property, I don't know. But this is freshly paved Sturdivant Street. And there's some nice houses with built-in pools and stuff back here. And we're behind that shopping center, former shopping center, the Yannick River Plaza. It's Sunday and the mailman is still working. Good for him. All right. Norwichtown. I'm getting ready to cross over the Yannick River. We're doing that right now over a brand new bridge. Or let's put it this way, a newly rehabilitated bridge. Let's take a right on Atrabando Avenue. I'm going to cross over train tracks. All right. Now we're on Atrabando Avenue. And it's down to 82 degrees. That's about as good as it gets. 82, dry, sunny. Beautiful, kind of white puffy clouds up there. There's a couple of doctor's offices. To my left, there's Hartford Healthcare, dentistry in there. Norwich Little League is up here on the left. Let's see if we can drive in there. It's another very important place. On the right is Knowledgetown Veterinarian. All right, Norwich Little League. When I was a kid, I played baseball up here. Right there, right on that field. Right there. One of my coaches back then, he was kind of a well-known guy. Joe Romansky was his name. He coached a lot of teams up here. Right straight ahead, that field, that was the senior league field. When I was here, I'm going back, 45 years or so. This is the field that we really played on, field number 2, Little League. I played on field 1 and 2. There's a little, let me line this thing up. A little snack bar here. That's been here forever. But this whole section, this whole Little League field hasn't changed really at all since in 45 years. They've made some minor cosmetic improvements, but in general, it's the same. Everything, the fields are in the exact same locations, all the fences, everything looks the same. So that's the Norwich Little League field. A lot of kids played baseball there over the years. Okay, this is a good shot of the Norwichtown Veterinary Hospital. They are making improvements to they're putting in a parking lot, and they're making a lot of improvements to the grounds and things like that. So, I think that I've heard that they're talking about expanding, and there are a lot of people in the area that have pets, so it kind of makes sense. Let me go straight, cover a little bit more of the Atrabando Avenue area. Oh yeah, we got to go into Agway. Everybody in this area goes to Agway to buy flowers and pet supplies and all kind of different stuff. I can't really go in there. The fences, what does this say? Sorry you missed out. I'm just going to turn around. I'm not supposed to be in here right now, but you know what? I want to give you folks a good look. So, there it is. I just did a quick sweep. Now we'll get back out of here. They got kind of a cool old truck with a bunch of flowers planted back in there. To my right is Aero Paper. It started out as a real small business. Now it's an enormous business. Plus U.S. Foods is in there. Not 100% sure. Technically, every single company that's housed in that enormous building. It does say U.S. Foods on the side, so Aero Paper used to be there. Maybe they changed their name to U.S. Foods. I don't know. J.G. Trucking. There's some form of trucking business to my right. And what do we have here? Ace Sports Bar. I think that's a Comfort Inn back there. There used to be... Let me see if I can pull in here. I don't think I can. The Pantry Cafe, 2 chefs. There used to be restaurants. Little kind of lunch, place to get lunch. Let me turn around in this driveway here. There also used to be a nursery, you know, plants and vegetables and things you could buy there. I'm backing out of here. This is tricky. All right. But anyways, that used to be kind of a nursery where they had, you know, anything you wanted for flowers and all that. And for some reason, they closed up shop several years ago. It's quite a while ago they closed down. Don't know if they ran into financial hardship of some kind or... Yeah, all right. That used to be Aero Paper. Now it's U.S. Foods. It could simply be a name change for all I know. I'm not familiar with the transition between the two businesses, but I'll say this much: it's a gigantic. You know, the physical plant is enormous. And the trucks are, I mean, gigantic building with huge trucks, dozens and dozens of trucks. I mean, maybe 100 trucks. Huge. Distributing food, I would imagine. Let's take a right up here. It's kind of an important medical office up here. Warwickes Medical Center. This is in Knowledgetown. It's kind of an important place for me to cover. Let's see, what do we got in here? Eastern Connecticut Ear, Nose, Throat. Connecticut Center for Facial Cosmetics, Ophthalmology, Duckworth Opticians, Eastern Connecticut Endoscopy, Yale New Haven Health, Blood Draw Station, Retina Group of New England. There's eye doctors. There's a variety of different doctors in here. There is another building down here to my right. This is the Eastern Connecticut Endoscopy Center to my right. This building down here, a separate building. Doctor's offices, and let me see what the technical name of that is. The name of that is Connecticut GI. Okay. This is the back view right now. Straight ahead is the back view of the Norwich Little League fields. And we are on Warwickes Street. And we will continue down Warwickes Street and cover a little bit more territory. This is going to be a long... I have a funny feeling this is going to be a real long video. I know they're too long to watch in one sitting for a lot of people. I realize that. But again, these are historic documents, so it's kind of, you know... It's kind of important for future historians, or not even historians, just everyday, average, ordinary people that want to see what things were like in the year 2020 in Norwichtown, in the Norwichtown section of Norwich, Connecticut. We're at a red light, West Town Street. is right in front of us. Now, if I went straight ahead and kept going straight, I would get on to Interstate 395 South. But I'm not going to do that, because that'll bring us out of the Norwich Town area very, very quickly. And we don't want to do that. But we're going to turn left, and we're going to cover a little bit more territory. And we got a green light, and we're all set. Let's go. There's that big bowling pin to the left. Okay, Courtyard at Marriott Rosemont Suites to my right. Donner Photography Building to my right. That's an old historic, used to be a church. We're going up Huntington Avenue right now. Bean Hill Green to my left. It's a very historic green. I've used the word historic a lot because every couple of feet that you get on the road here, it's another historic home or a business or, you know, green or whatever you want to call it. There it is. I mean, it's to the left. That house was built in the 1700s. I mean, that's a historic home. Now we're on Plain Hill Road. Another section of Norwich Town. I'm going to take a right up here on Bogdansky Lane. There's a housing development up here. And let's take a cruise around. Let's take a right onto Tanglewood Drive. All right. Very nice homes on Tanglewood Drive. Very well kept, very well manicured. Pride of ownership. And another big, big hill. This is probably the steepest hill I went up today. Norwichtown, compared to a lot of the other areas in Norwich, is less hilly. All right, this is Tanglewood. Goes off into Royal Oaks. We'll drive up there. We want to cover the whole neighborhood. All right, let's take a right onto Royal Oaks Drive. I'm actually going to take a left onto Grandview Court. I think it's a dead end. It's got to be a dead end. Yeah, it's a dead end. That's all right. We got a lot of experiences today, a lot of experience with handling dead ends. Ooh, this is one of my better dead ends. You can turn around beautiful back here. Oh, this is terrific. What a pleasure. Look at that. Didn't have to do a three-point turn or anything. But that's Grandview Court. I think it's safe to say that's the first time anybody went down there with a camera attached to their car and did a tour of Grandview Court. Now, we're back onto Royal Oaks Drive. And this house is to the left. I'm going to go back up Tanglewood temporarily, just very briefly. So I can take a left up here and cover just a little bit more territory of the Norwich Town area of Norwich, Connecticut. No traffic at all. That's nice. let's see, what is the name of this street? Okay, right ahead is Bog Meadow Road. Let's take a left onto Bog Meadow Road. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have covered a lot of the Norwichtown area. I haven't done it all, I know, I'm well aware of that. But I covered a lot of territory. I'm approaching a stop sign, and that will cross over to Plain Hill Road. And I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna conclude this video right here. This will be the end of the tour of the Norwichtown section of Norwich, Connecticut, September of 2020. Thanks for joining me, folks.